Good morning, guys. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Feeling alright so far this morning. I am still on medication, but we're surviving. As you can see, I'm wearing my Big League Pikachu Pokemon type shirt, and it is kind of appropriate, because as of late last night, Pokemon Go is now officially available for iOS and Android. Not a sponsored thing, just something that I saw popping up on all the sites and thought it was kind of cool. So I decided to participate. I am currently at level 3 because I haven't really gone anywhere, haven't walked anywhere specifically. I drove Duncan over to his school this morning and then came home, and there were a couple of poke spots in between here and there. And the funny thing about all this is, the same company that made this is the company that made Ingress, and it is exactly the same concept, except instead of hacking nodes and capturing points, you're going to poke spots, catching Pokemon, and apparently taking over gyms. And there's gyms close by, which is good. It means if I get to, I think it said level 5 you have to be, I can go over to those gyms and train my Pokemons. I'm just taking a look in here. I do have a few Pokemon. You can see right there, I got 5 right now. I think I've captured like 12 or something at this point, but I've sent a lot of them away because if you send them to the professor, that's what it says. If you tap on it and you scroll down to the bottom, there's a transfer button and it gives you candy in exchange for it. And the candy can be used to help evolve them. I'm going to say extremely non-authoritatively because I literally know next to nothing about Pokemon. I'm kind of the generation where I'm a little older than Pokemon. Meaning as I was growing up, it wasn't really a thing, and it wasn't a thing that myself or my friends were into, so I've sort of had to learn about it here and there from other people, and it's just a game I never really got into. But this one, so far, it seems like it's kind of fun. I don't think I'll be playing it for very long, I just have to admit that. Because Ingress, I played it right from the from the early beta days, or maybe even earlier than that. I was in on the game, but I got so competitive with it, I was driving around, when I was working in Lexington, I was driving around Lexington hunting for these nodes to capture and for these items to pick up, and I know the game has grown and changed a lot since that time, and I don't even have the desire to get back into it because I spent so much time and energy and gas money driving around trying to capture these nodes and points. It just was not worthwhile to me. I was driving home a different way than I normally would, a longer way, and I actually caught myself this morning doing that. There's a spot in a slightly different area on the way home from Duncan's school. So I went that way going to his school, because at the stoplight you can hit the little poke spot, and then on the way home I stopped again, so I went out of the way to get there and back, and that wasn't a smart thing to do. Obviously I'm not touching the screen or doing anything to it while I'm driving. Anyway, I've spent entirely too long talking about it. I'm just I've been leaving it up and running here on the Shield tablet, and basically every now and again a wild Pokemon will show up and I can capture it, and beyond that I don't know how the battles or anything else works, but we'll see over time. I had such a hard time getting things going today. I did a little bit of stuff for work, a little here and there. I'm still feeling, like I said, feeling kind of rough. But I did finally get myself motivated. I got myself into doing things. So I went ahead and finished up the video about this BrainLink device. And then I took a look at this robot vacuum. I still have to actually get it all set up and everything, but I did the initial unboxing. So now I can go ahead and put everything in place, turn it on, run a few tests with it, finish that video up hopefully in the next couple of days. And then I did this TronSmart battery showed up, so I'm testing it with the HTC 10, but everything went appropriately after a minor hiccup there in the middle of the video. So I'm importing all that footage now, actually importing all that footage from a couple of new cards I got. I think I told you guys the other day, I somehow or another lost one of my SD cards. So I don't know if I lost any footage or anything, but I completely lost the card somewhere. So I bought a pack of Lexar Professional 64 gig 1000x 150 megabytes per second cards. U3 class 10 UHS2, not the fastest cards you can buy, but pretty close. And it's 150, which should be faster than my 4K cameras can do right now. One way or the other, it should work with the 4K cameras. And the faster ones, the better ones that were like 2000x, that were 250 to 300 megabytes a second, those were going to be over twice the price, and just, it wasn't worth it for me at the moment. But this, I think, will get the job done, and it's already finished importing all the footage, so awesome! Oh look, everybody's home, including Alice. He tried a bottle. We tried some of the formula we got yesterday, and nope, he's not having it, so we'll switch him back at the next one. Everybody eating? Trying to?
No, put it, no.
Having some salmon patties. Woo! Duncan is having a popsicle, and every time he licks it, Ellis is sticking his tongue out like he wants to lick it. Haven't seen him do that. You really want a popsicle? Maybe. Yeah, he sticks his tongue out. Goofy. Goofy. Uh-oh, Ellis gonna try something new.
Here.
You can't just hand him something. He doesn't have a clue what to do with that. Although apparently he does understand it goes in the mouth.
Hold it.
He's not quite there yet. He's going to throw it right in the floor.
Eat it. Hey, Mommy, show you. Watch.
Is Mom going to eat one?
Num 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 num.
That's going to the floor.
Eat it. Num 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 num. In your mouth. It's for chomping on because you're teething.
Yum. Oh, there's a camera now. You got a little bit of a taste of it. What do you think about that?
Bite on it.
Yeah, bite. There's no teeth there.
Well, bite on for gum. That's what it's for.
He's kind of got the idea. I had to coax him a little. He took a bite off of it and he's trying to figure out what to do with it. Munching it up. Keep munching. It'll dissolve. Mmm. Yummy, yummy. Is that good? Hey, there we go. You got one little bite of it down. He's just gonna numb on it now. Had some potential choking hazard there. Well, once he figured out that it was gonna dissolve, he was okay. Now he's just gonna numb it. It says pretty good. We remembered something a while back. Christina put this in the fridge. It's the fermenting pickles thing from the, what was that, the maker box, the quarterly box? Yeah. And so she tried to ferment pickles. It was supposed to wait 4 to 6 weeks. You kept saying like 3 months.
I thought it was 3 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine, but
It just can't, we can't open it.
we can't open it.
Yay for brute strength. I doed it. You loosened it for me, I'm sure. Are they pickles?
I guess.
Just to preface it, they were cucumbers when they went in, and I don't like pickles. But they're in there. Yep. They're not sliced like pickles, but I don't know. Hopefully they're not deadly. Do they smell like alcohol?
They don't smell bad. It smells like cucumbers.
Yeah, but it does smell just like cucumbers.
Kind of afraid to try one. I've never made.
You made them.
Wow, it's just following the instructions. I don't know. I never made pickles before.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any sort of a guarantee on this as to whether or not it'll kill you. It says to do it with kimchi and sauerkraut and sparkly carrots with ginger. That's very thinly sliced. Floppy pickle.
I like thinly sliced pickles.
Okay. This is a, let's see, almost 2.5 months. So that's like 10 weeks when it was supposed to be 5.
Ooh, it's really salty.
They said it would be much more tangy if you left it longer, right?
But it's very salty.
Very, very salty.
It's not bad. It's just very, very salty.
Does it taste like a pickle?
Yeah,
To an extent. Does it taste like a cucumber?
kind of.
So it's like a pickle.
Probably.
I don't like pickles. That's it. I will eat pickles on occasion, but generally not on their own. And she's about to force one into my face, it looks like.
You gotta try it.
I have to try it, she says. The result of the maker box.
Very salty. Where?
No, it does not taste like a pickle at all. It tastes like a very, very salty cucumber. It doesn't taste bad. I like cucumber. It's like one of the only vegetables I do kind of like and that I can kind of eat occasionally. Doesn't taste like a pickle though.
Not really. It's wet like a pickle.
Well, it's been sitting in liquid for 10 weeks. It's wet like a cucumber. Because cucumbers are very juicy on their own.
I don't know.
Oh well. We tried something. It didn't quite work out the way we thought it would.
Doesn't really sound like a pickle.
No, it's not pickly at all. I think we figured out the problem. When we were uncorking this, I noticed, this was facing down, and in the pictures, it's facing up. So the fermentation may not have happened. We may have just had 10-week-old, very, very salty brined cucumbers. Do you want to try it again? We have another... Actually, I guess we could technically do it over and over and over again, because this doesn't have any sort of components in it. It's just, I would assume, a fermenting thing. Like, as the stuff builds up inside of it, it pushes it up and allows a little bit of gas to come out or something. I don't know. You can try it again if you want to try it. It's a kit. Skipping to much, much later. Duncan is in bed. And I did the unthinkable, the unspeakable, the impossible, the improbable, the unlikely. I went for a run. And I feel actually pretty good about it. It took me a lot longer than it should have. It was either 38, 40 minutes, something like that. And it was like 3.27 miles. a little over 5 kilometers. And it took me longer for a couple of reasons. One, because it is just ridiculously hot and humid out there. It's getting to be late in the evening, you know, the sun was going down and everything, so it's cooler than it would have been earlier. But it's still very warm and very, very humid out there, so I was completely drenched. And I may or may not have also played a little Pokemon on the way and on the way back. I sort of planned out a route where I knew there were going to be some of the Poke spots so that I could get new items and whatnot. I hit level 5 earlier just here at home. Throughout the day I've been just occasionally checking my tablet or my phone, whichever I had it running on, and occasionally capturing new Pokemon as they showed up. And I managed to hit level 5 earlier. So when I went out, I actually ended up stopping by a gym. There's, I think, 3 or 4 gyms in the very close area. Most of the things I've found are either at public landmarks like parks and things like that, graveyards, and at churches. And in this area, there are a lot of churches. So there's a lot of these little Pokestops where you can get Pokeballs and potions and revive things. And I still don't know what all this stuff means, but I went to a gym. I actually had my first little duel battle kind of thing and completely got stomped on. I'm surprised I even had a clue what to do there, but I took out one of his Pokemon, he took out mine, and apparently you only get one chance and then you get sent away. But I captured a bunch of new ones. I actually captured a bunch of higher level ones, but I'm still nowhere near where a lot of these people are. I saw one out there at one of the gyms that was like 293 combat points, CP, whatever. My highest one as of now, because I captured a couple on the way back, is like 173. I still got to learn what all this stuff means, and I probably won't end up playing long, but the most fun I've had playing it was out there running, because I was actually moving from point to point, and I was, you know, it wasn't like I'm in the car, let me pull out the phone at a stoplight, or let me pull over at this place that I know has a spot, and that's just not as fun for me. And definitely not sitting around the house hoping that a Pokemon pops up from the grass. Anyway, I've been going on for entirely too long about that. I've got to go back in there so Christina can go to bed because it's way too late. And hey, guess what? It's already 11:30. Ellis is long since in bed. Actually, when Christina went to bed, she said he's already had his bottle and his medicine and a new diaper and everything. He's ready for bed, so we took him right then. And I've been sitting around editing. So I got another Bluetooth headphones video done. I wore a new pair of Bluetooth headphones or earbuds while I was out running, and excellent earbuds. So that video will go up sometime soon. It's uploading right now. It'll go public sometime soon. I think I'm like 5 or 6 videos ahead at this point. I'm very, very happy about this. And you know what? Because I've been going on for entirely too long about Pokemon stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. The dog is horking up along over there. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family, and hope you enjoyed all this Pokemon stuff. Give me tips and tricks if I'm missing anything. Maybe let me know games that I need to play to bone up on my knowledge and history and whatnot. Maybe not, I don't know. But we will see you again next time. Bye guys.